In this video I just want to present you with a few facts about vaccines, and you can judge for yourself whether or not it's a hoax simply designed to generate additional income for the shareholders of drug companies, or whether they are a real and useful antidote to common viruses. But first, let's understand what a virus is. A virus is an organism which naturally transforms itself as it moves from person to person. So the virus that you received and the virus that you give to somebody else is not exactly the same. It's constantly changing and modifying. And this is the reason why the common cold has never been cured. Because you can't cure something that is constantly changing, evolving. The common cold is just one virus. There are millions of viruses. But it is also a fact that people who've had the common cold, in whatever form it came to them, develop some sort of immunity to all the modifications of that virus, so that the next time they get a cold, your body is better equipped to deal with the virus that attacks them, even though it's different, it's modified from the one you originally had. This is God's plan for your health. It's been evolved over millions of years, and exposure to a virus makes you healthier in the future against attacks from the same or a similar virus. So let's just look at some figures. Although the flu vaccine was developed in the 1940s and first given to soldiers in the Second World War, it wasn't widely introduced until 2013-2014, where it was given to children in a program, and then, of course, also elderly citizens were encouraged to have this vaccine. So what does a vaccine do? Well, a vaccine gives you the virus with a certain amount of antibodies to try and help your immune system get a head start on dealing with the virus if you're attacked by it. But on many occasions this can result in illness and sickness and side effects from the vaccine, which are in fact worse than the illness that would have been contracted from the vaccine itself. But how effective is it in keeping down and reducing the number of cases, the number of deaths that occur from a virus? Well, remember, the program started in the UK in 2013-2014, and the incidence of deaths in the UK was gradually falling before the introduction of the vaccine. 1950 to 66 was the high figure. 66 to 67 it had dropped by a huge amount, and it was gradually getting less and less through what's known as the herd tolerance to the virus. In other words, the number of people building up immunity to the type of virus, even though it comes back in a modified form. And then the vaccine was introduced, and what happened? Cases went up again. Wouldn't you have expected them to come down further if vaccines were effective? I don't know, that's what I would have thought. But my belief is that the drug companies are not here to cure people. They're here to make a profit. And they make huge profits from selling vaccines. The vaccines may or may not be effective. You can judge that for yourself. But they certainly line the pockets of the shareholders. And if there are any side effects, that plays back into the hands of the drug companies, who produce a drug to combat the side effects of the vaccine. And if that drug has side effects, there's another drug to combat those side effects. And this is beneficial to the shareholders, not the public. The shareholders are profiting, in effect, from keeping people unhealthy. If the drug companies cured people, they'd lose customers. So, are vaccines a hoax, or are they useful? There'll be arguments for both sides. You can form your own conclusions. But in this time where people have been instilled with irrational fears about COVID-19, which is far less destructive than the annual flu epidemics that we experience. That, again, is playing into the hands of the shareholders of the drug companies. They want this fear because they want governments to insist on giving the vaccine to everyone. Why? Because it boosts their profits, not because it's going to cure anybody, not because it's going to make you immune. The only thing that is going to beat COVID-19 is your personal immune system, and that is hampered by fear, which shuts down your immune system, and again plays into the hands of the drug companies. Once you understand that your immune system, evolved over millions of years and given to you by God, is your only real solution, your fear will disappear, your immune system will strengthen, and COVID-19 will cease to be a problem. God bless.